Hi folks, Mark Allen here for BH Spring Solutions LLC, and today we're talking about the 1911, optimizing it, and especially optimizing it for carry. And at the last couple gun shows that we were exhibited at, one of the things that we asked people consistently who came by was, do you own a 1911? And almost everybody that stopped said yes, and the next question was, do you carry it? And almost everybody that we asked that question, they said, well, no, it's just so big, and the other thing was, we just don't like that cocked hammer. The video is mainly about is installing the fast safety system. It is a combination of upgrades for the 1911 design. The most obvious one is hammer forward condition 1 carry, where you no longer have a cocked hammer, you no longer have a cocked hammer profile. This obviously has multiple different benefits for you for 1911 carry, but being hammer forward and being snag free and no stigma of the cocked hammer question, but this system allows you to carry hammer forward, but when you pull off the manual safety, the hammer automatically cocks rearward. Now, before we continue, I want you to know that all the firearms I'm going to be handling and magazines have been double checked before we started the videotaping, and they are all confirmed empty and in safe condition. And I'm carrying 3 1911 .45 caliber pistols in complete, total comfort. And the only reason that's possible is because not necessarily because of the dimension size of the 1911, but mainly because of the thickness, or in the case of the 1911, thinness compared and relative to virtually any other pistol that you can choose as a full size or large caliber kind of a pistol. Right now I'm carrying 3 and 57 rounds total of ammunition in complete comfort. And you probably wouldn't know it just by looking at me. I'm going to show you these here in just a moment. 2 of them have already been adapted with the fast safety system, previously known as the safety fast shooting system, and that is a system that's been around now for over 25 years and in use for over 25 years. 3 different manufacturers on the planet have installed the system at their manufacturing facility on their 1911s over the years. And we're going to show that system to you today. But the first one that I'm going to show you is in the BH Spring Solutions tactical carry bag. And if you've not seen this carry bag before, it's really cool. It's got a place right here for my business cards. It's got a pocket here for my smartphone. It's got a next pocket here that's perfect for my day planner. And we've got a pocket here. In this case, it's going to be ambidextrous for me. And I've got my full-size 1911 here. It's already been adapted with the fast safety system. You'll notice that when the safety is cammed off, the hammer cocks rearward, and now the pistol is ready to fire. And when I push the hammer back forward, the safeties cam up, and now the pistol is in an on-safe position. And this pistol has been modified further with ambidextrous mag catch. Actually, all of these have. It has an extended slide release. So that is a full size. Also in the tactical carry bag, I've got a 15 round additional magazine. Then in a shoulder holster, I've got a commander model. And this has got 9 rounds, or would have if we were carrying it right now. It's also the hammer forward carry, and that makes everything much more comfortable when you're in a shoulder holster. There's nothing to get stuck into the inside pocket of my jacket. So that's the commander model, and just a normal shoulder holster involved with that one. Oh, and then the 1911 magazines, these are very thin also, so 8 rounds and 8 rounds here is no problem. And then we've got an officer's model inside the waistband, and this one has not been modified, and this is the one that we're going to modify today. And we wanted to show you this process because it is so fast, it is so simple, and quite frankly, it's just very, very fun. This is a rather inexpensive Rock Island officer's model in this case. And you'll notice this has come with an enhanced beaver tail. We'll tell you about that here in a moment, but it's really straightforward, really simple, and we're going to show you here at the table how to do that here now. Okay, this changeover to the SFS system, we've already got our grip screws undone, so we're going to pop the grip panels off, and we'll go ahead and take out the mainspring housing. Now, the fast safety system comes with a mainspring, so you'll want to change that out. I'm not going to do that and show you how to do that. It's a really straightforward process. You have one pin, and it's right there, and you'll tap that pin out from the side where it's recessed, and be careful because you'll have the spring inside here with a little plunger, and you'll just replace out the spring and put it back together in the normal way. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to release the safety, and that is done just by rocking it up and down and pulling leftward out. And when you do, be careful because your plunger spring and your plunger right here will come out with everything also. Okay, everything stayed together for us here. Now we might get away with doing this operation. There we go with the plunger and plunger spring. We really, at this point, we should go ahead and release the slide stop, pull the slide off, and we'll set those aside. Now here's our old slide stop. There's our extended slide stop we're going to be replacing with here in just a moment. Okay, we've got our mainspring housing out at this point. That's going to go ahead and release our beaver tail. Now, the beaver tail on this particular model with the fast safety system, we tested this, and when the fast safety hammer springs rearward, it just barely contacts this extended beaver tail. There's really no point in this enhanced beaver tail if you are not going to be carrying cocked and locked anyway. So for the Rock Island officer's model, as an example, we are providing a standard beaver tail, and this is your standard GI beaver tail. It's much less difficult to conceal, and it creates a profile that is not going to be any conflict with the fast safety hammer. Now we need to go ahead and release the sear spring, and I'm going to do a couple of adjustments to that here in just a moment. Now we've got our traditional hammer that's held in by a pin right here, and just to show you how really easy this whole operation is, we're going to go ahead and just pull the pin back far enough to take our old hammer assembly out, put it in our box there, and put our new fast safety hammer assembly in, and push the pin back forward, and it's just that easy. Now we're to this point. I'm going to go ahead and reinstall the mainspring, the sear spring. I did want to do a couple of things. When I install, I want to go ahead and push the sear side or bend it forward. We want plenty of pressure on that sear. And also this pistol had a very, very light trigger pull, so I'm going to go ahead and get that center leaf and pull it forward or bend it forward some too, and put more pressure on the trigger. And we also want to bend back the grip safety side of the sear spring, and basically as long as you've got good tension on these, the parts are going to go ahead and set that spring for you once you have everything installed. We want to make sure that we have the spring engaging the sear, and now we do. We'll take our mainspring housing and go ahead and retain that sear spring in place with the mainspring housing just like that. And we'll need to make sure that we have our hammer strut started right in the mainspring housing right there. Plunger spring, and we've got two ends here to our plunger spring, and we have a small end, we have a large end here, and we'll get that off of the original plunger spring. We now have a new fast safety plunger spring, and it's got nice coils that hold on to those tips really well, and we'll go ahead and put those in place. And this is a necessary spring change out as part of the fast safety system. It will not work properly without it. We'll go ahead and put it in its appropriate place. Now it's time to get our left side lever for our fast safety. We'll go ahead and put it into place. Now, from this point right here, we're going to need to hold in our grip safety. And I like to just take a flat blade screwdriver, and right here, if you can see, maybe we can get a flashlight on this part right here. Now we have our tip right here from our plunger spring. I'm going to take and hold that forward with the flat blade screwdriver here, and just where we go past and down, and now we've set that side of the safety. Now we're going to put our right side safety lever on. And now we're going to go ahead and set our mainspring back into place. Mainspring housing back into place. We can check our SFS functions from here. I'm going to go ahead and change out our mag catch for the ambidextrous one that comes with the tactical version of the fast safety system, and it installs just like that. That gives us our ambidextrous function on both sides. We've got our ambidextrous safety now on both sides. We are just about ready here to reassemble, it looks like, and we won't take time in the video to slide stop in this little Rock Island officer's model. And we'll go ahead and we'll function test everything. The SFS parts are working properly. The ambidextrous mag catch is working properly. The slide is locking back. And that is a complete fast safety change out. Now we have hammer forward carry. It's fully ambidextrous function, and a much better for carry profile as far as the beaver tail is concerned. That's our profile compared to before, which we would have had here and a cocked hammer. Now we have this for our carry profile. So that is the fast safety. Now this little Rock Island is actually very appealing now. It's got quite the tactical capabilities. And you'll notice the slide stop for mag changes. It's in easy reach of my thumb at that point. So, okay, folks, thanks for watching.